welcome back. So, Junk Journal, July day 2. So, yesterday we took the Amazon packaging, we covered it in fabric, and we put this lovely wacky poppy and hen fabric on the spine, and we used this little bit on the front. When you went, I stitched all around it. You can see I've stitched all around it, and I made this little tag to go in our front pocket as I said I would. So that's what it's going to look like. But we need, let's take that out so we don't lose it. We need to stick down our insides. I know I'm going off camera, so if I move all that up there and I come this way, that is probably better. Yes, it is. Right, okay. So I've got this A4 print. This, I believe, is Artie May's Coffee Shop. If you are looking for some lining paper in red. So what I've done is I've folded about 1 centimetre over of this one. So I'm just going to run some glue stick down there, and the reason I've done that is because I want to make that into a pocket, so that's just going to strengthen the edge up a little bit. Okay. And then this A4, I took that much off, as you can see, and that's what I made the tag with. So I'm going to put the short piece on first. So again, I'm just using glue stick because it's basically paper to paper. And you'll see in a minute that I've cut it so that it basically fills the whole area, and it just leaves me a small edge. So pick it up, and then it fits, you see, with a, no, less than that, Claire. Sorry, I'm going to have to come a bit closer. Probably got my head in the camera now. There you go. So it fits like that, just with a little red edge, and that's on top of that fabric that we wrapped over. Okay, and that's the one that we cut, or we tore. Okay, and you'll see that it goes right in to the bend. Doesn't go over, just goes into the bend. Excuse me. And then this one is going to go on here exactly the same, but when we get to the bend, I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom so that becomes a pocket. Okay, so we're only going to glue to about there to be on the safe side. We can always add a bit more once we've got it stuck down in the main area. So how are you all? Are you joining in? Are you doing the Junk Journal July? I nearly said January then. So again, now what you need to do this time is make sure that you line it up to the other piece of paper. Otherwise, it's going to look a little bit odd. Oh, I'm sorry, my throat, honestly. And then peel it back, run a little bit of glue across there, and then just go across the top, and oh, I've done that a bit deep, it's because I've got it a little bit at the bottom, and then bring it over and press it home. And then when that's stuck properly, what that's done is created you a pocket there. I'm sorry. And then find your crease line, Just give it a little bit of help. And then that is your lining. You should really leave it flat till it's dry. But obviously I'm trying to get a video done here, so, and then just press it home. And that's your inside done as well. Okay? And then obviously we need to sew in. Oops. See, it hasn't quite stuck. It's because I'm moving it before the glue stuck. We need to sew in our journal pages. So go right to the centre. You know how to do this. I'm sure you've done this before, but just in case you haven't, I'll do it with you now. There's always new people that are not 100% sure. So I've got a bulldog clip. Find my centre. Find my centre of my book. Line it up so it's exactly where I want it. And I'm going to use the bulldog clip to hold that in place. I only do one side. And then I like to do a 3-hole pamphlet. So we're going to eyeball the middle. And you see the pins come out. Give it a twiddle. And then about 1 inch up from the bottom. Again, give it a twiddle. And then about 1 inch down from the top. And give it a twiddle. Okay. So now I've just got a big embroidery needle and some embroidery floss. And I'm going to pull off 1, 2, 3 lengths. Oh, I can never open these. And then snip that, thread your needle. I'm sorry about the music in the background. Seems like next door I've decided to have some kind of party. Okay, so back to our middle. We're starting in the centre, going out. Give ourselves a long tail. Okay, and then find your hole either at the top or the bottom. Doesn't really matter. And pull that all the way through. Come all the way down. Find your hole that's at the bottom. Pull that through. And you've got this long tail, okay? And then we're going back through that centre hole, like so. And once you've done that, you can take your bulldog clip off. I'm sure I've done this with you before. And you've seen other people do it. Anyway, I'm sure you have. And then pull it nice and tight. We don't want it. Now, once I've pulled it tight, see that's too loose. So, that's better. Once it sounds like a guitar string, as it were, then you know you're good to go. You got 1 string either side of your centre string, and that's 1 knot, 2 knots, and there's our dangles, and that is now a book. Okay, so this is what it looks like when we open it up. These are our prompts. So we did good vibes yesterday, the good vibe of making a new journal. And now we need to do 2, which is a pop of colour. So I'm doing 2 on this side. And in my bag of papers here, I have got some handmade paper. So I'm going to use some of that. I've also got some jelly prints. I'm really sorry about the noise. I'm looking for one that's got swirls on like that. No, not that one. Let's have a little look. I know that in here I've got some red swirl. There's a bit. I've obviously used it before, and there's a bit of gold and a bit more red. That's got a bit of black in it. That's nice, actually. Right, so what I'm going to do is make up like a bit of a collage. So these are just jelly prints, and I'm going to start by applying these across my page like so. I just want an element of nice colour. Whoops. I've come off of camera again probably, haven't I? I do apologise. There we go. So we've got a nice little mixture of hand created papers running up that side like that. They're my papers, and then we're going to have a look at this handmade paper and see what we've got in here. Handmade Paper Company, if anyone's interested. Alright, let's have a little look. Now we've got small sheets, and then we've got big sheets. So we take the paper clip off, get rid of the small sheets. That's lovely with the love hearts. We've got the red and white, more love hearts, and then we've got this deep red, or we've got this pinky. Oops, look, I've just shot them everywhere. That was silly, wasn't it? I think these are actually too pink, aren't they, for what I'm trying to create here. I have actually got a packet in green. I think that will probably work better. Let's have a look, because I think also there's a brown one in here. Look. Yeah, there is. That's better. This brownie one. There we go. Right. So, I want to it that side so that we've got all that lovely texture. So, let's get some glue running along there. Let's get this stuck down, and then I'm gonna bring these pieces down here. Now you'll see that I've got a bit of a gap down the middle, and I've done that deliberately because with regard to this pop of colour, I thought I would add something really, really bright in flashing down the middle there. And the way I think I'm going to do that is by taking some very calm, ordinary book page. So excuse the scraping of the chair. I've lost the pads off the base of my chair, so of course it makes quite a lot of noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take, excuse me, take my book page. Keep saving this one because that's a lovely picture. Let's see if I can find one that's got. Oh, take this one. So, vintage book page. And my tear ruler. Poor sad thing that it is now. I'm going to take this edge off. Like so. And that will make it almost the right height. Like so. Okay, keep them for stamping on, I'm always saying it. Right, and then what I want to do here is I want to get a shape there so that we get a straight line that side, but we get a shape that side. But we need to take a little bit more off, don't we? So there we go. Oh, I don't mind that rough edge, that's good. Okay, so then glue this up. So pop that in there like so. Okay, so we've got the different papers down there and another different paper there, and then we've got this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, oh, it's there, find my black ink. And I've got some new stamps here. Bee themed. So I'm just gonna put this on, and I'm using waterproof ink, and I'm gonna pop that on there like that. I have ink all over my hands now, but anyway. And then we've got this one that's got the beehive on it. And I'm coming down and over like that. And then I want one about here. And I think the one that I'm going to use for that will probably be this flower one, because obviously the bees need flowers, don't they, to pollinate, blah blah. You don't need a nature lesson. And I'm going to pop that up the correct way. Like that. Here we go. So, and then I thought what I would do, because obviously I love that page. I want to leave this so that I can do writing if I want to, but we need to pop a colour. So what I thought we could do maybe is break out the crayons, and I'm going to go for this goldy colour. And what I'm going to do is just put colour on the book page bit. So the argument is this has got no colour, but the book page has. That was my plan anyway. So it's just a little pop of colour. Yeah. But if you're going to do something like this, you obviously need to make sure that you're using waterproof ink. There you go, there's my little pop of colour for the 2nd of July. Our book is now all completely sewn together and operating the way we want it to. And at the back here, that hasn't quite stuck. I'm going to have to put some more glue on there, but we've got a pocket and we can decide whether or not we want to put anything on our strings. For the time being, I'm just going to cut them both to the same length, and I'll decide at a later date whether or not I'm going to put something on them. So we'll pop our tag back in with our couple. I thought maybe they were the couple that owned the farm. You know I love a story. And we've done day 1 and day 2. So I'll be back tomorrow for negative spaces. And obviously this is a shorter page that we're going to be working on tomorrow, so that'll be a smaller one. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.